In life, we do not always control what happens. The external world moves as it will, like the wind across a mountain, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce. But what you do control, what you must take responsibility for, is how you walk through it. To act as if everything always works out is not ignorance. It is not foolish hope. It is not denial of pain or struggle. It is the choice to walk with intention through the fire, knowing that what is meant to shape you will shape you, and what is meant to pass will pass. Many people wait for proof before they commit. They want to see the path before they walk it. But the truth is, clarity does not come from waiting, it comes from moving. You must take the step, and then the stone reveals itself beneath your foot. This is faith, not blind but trained, not naive but disciplined. What does it mean to act as if all things work out? It means to walk with a calm heart even in chaos. It means to breathe deeply even when the air feels heavy. It means to carry yourself with dignity, not because all is easy, but because you know you are greater than any one moment. Life does not offer certainty, but it offers rhythm. And the one who listens deeply and with stillness learns to move with the rhythm, not against it. This is why stillness is not passive. It is an active awareness, like a warrior standing motionless before the strike, not frozen, but perfectly ready. There will be moments where the path becomes unclear, when the mind becomes crowded with doubt, when fear whispers stories of failure. In these moments, return to the body, return to the breath, return to the simplicity of now. Ask yourself, what am I feeding with my attention? You can feed the doubt or you can feed the discipline. You can feed the fear or you can feed the faith. To act as if everything works out is to train your mind to stop resisting life. Resistance drains you, acceptance empowers you, but acceptance does not mean resignation, it means awareness. It means seeing things as they are and choosing to move anyway, not because the way is easy, but because the way is yours. You were not born to remain still in suffering. You were born to rise, but rising does not always look like noise or speed. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is simply the choice not to give up today. That is enough. That is powerful. So each day ask yourself, not what the world owes you, but what you are here to give, your calm presence, your unwavering heart, your grounded action. If you act as if all things align in your favor, then you become the person who can navigate any storm. Not because you avoid it, but because you embody the principle that no storm lasts forever. You are not here to control every outcome. You are here to become the kind of person who thrives regardless of outcome. That is the practice, that is the path. And that is the power of acting as if it always works out. Faith is not something that simply arrives in moments of ease or clarity. It is not an inheritance, nor is it built through mere words or passive belief. Faith is a practice, a discipline, and like any form of strength, it must be tested and trained through action. In times of uncertainty, the mind searches for guarantees. It wants to see the entire path laid out before committing to a single step. But the truth is, the path is often revealed only as we walk it. This is the paradox of growth. Clarity follows movement, not the other way around. To act even when the outcome is unclear is not recklessness. It is an expression of trust, not in perfection, but in process. Each step taken with intention, even in doubt, builds a foundation of inner stability. When you move forward despite fear, you are not ignoring your uncertainty, you are mastering. And with each choice to act from a place of alignment rather than avoidance, you forge a deeper relationship with your own potential. Faith born from stillness alone is fragile. It may inspire you, but it will not carry you. Only when you step into the unknown, make decisions without the full picture, and hold your center when nothing is certain, does your faith become unshakable. Action is the forge where faith is tempered. It is where belief becomes embodied, no longer a thought but a living force. You don't need to know the final destination to begin. You only need to move in the direction that feels aligned with your values. Each time you follow through with intention, you teach yourself that you are capable, resilient, and supported by something deeper than logic. Over time, this becomes your truth. Not that everything will go as planned, but that you will rise regardless. Inner stillness is often misunderstood as something passive, a retreat from life, a form of emotional numbness, or simply sitting in silence. But true stillness is not about doing nothing. It is a refined state of awareness cultivated through discipline, where the mind becomes steady, clear, and deeply connected to the present moment. In stillness, the body may be at rest, but consciousness is fully alert. You are not asleep. You are more awake than ever. To be still is not to withdraw from life's challenges, but to meet them without being pulled in every direction by thoughts, emotions, or distractions. It is the art of being centered in the storm, grounded in the midst of change. From the outside, stillness may appear quiet, but internally, it is a dynamic state where perception sharpens and insight arises. This is not emptiness, it is fullness without chaos. When your awareness becomes active, you begin to observe without immediate reaction. You notice the thoughts that arise, the emotions that try to sway you, and the habitual patterns that seek to control your behavior. But rather than becoming entangled, you stay present. You see clearly, and this clarity allows wise action, not impulsive reaction. Inner stillness is not achieved through escape, but through engagement with life on a deeper level. It is the silence that lets you hear what is true beyond the noise of the mind. It is what allows you to pause before speaking, breathe before deciding, and reflect before reacting. This kind of awareness is a form of strength, not weakness. It gives you mastery over your energy, your direction, and your presence. Ultimately, inner stillness is the foundation for all conscious living. It is where clarity lives, where purpose is heard, and where transformation begins. Acceptance is often mistaken for giving up or settling for less. Many believe that to accept something means to stop trying, to surrender in defeat. But in truth, acceptance is not the absence of strength, it is the very expression of it. It takes far more courage to face reality as it is than to resist it with illusion. When you accept, you are not saying that everything is perfect or easy. You are saying that you are willing to see clearly without denial and move forward from that place of honesty. True acceptance is active. It does not mean you approve of what is happening or that you will not act to change it. It means you recognize what is present without fighting it mentally or emotionally. In that recognition, there is space to breathe, to respond with wisdom rather than reaction. Resistance binds your energy. It keeps you locked in internal conflict, wasting strength on what cannot be changed in this moment. Acceptance frees that energy, returning your focus to what you can influence, your attitude, your choices, your presence. To accept pain does not make you weak. It makes you real. To accept loss does not mean you are defeated. It means you understand that life flows in cycles. You are not rejecting what life brings, but learning how to meet it with grace. In this way, acceptance becomes the foundation of resilience. From acceptance, you begin to rebuild, not from illusion, but from truth. This is not passive living. This is conscious living, because only when you accept what is, can you begin to transform it. You can only heal what you are willing to face. And that willingness, that clarity, is one of the greatest strengths a human being can cultivate. Many people try to change their lives by altering their circumstances, chasing new environments, new relationships, or external success. But without discipline, none of these things will bring lasting transformation. Discipline is not about controlling the outer world, it is about refining the inner world. It is the practice of shaping the mind so that it no longer reacts impulsively, but responds with clarity, calmness, and intention. When the mind is trained, the circumstances may still shift and challenge you, but you remain rooted, focused, and unmoved by the noise. Discipline is not force. It is a commitment to alignment. It is waking up each day and choosing what serves your highest values, even when it is uncomfortable. It is saying no to distraction so you can say yes to growth. The more you repeat this, the more the mind learns to obey clarity rather than craving. It begins to quiet down in the presence of structure. Like a river guided by its banks, the disciplined mind flows with power and direction. Without discipline, even the best opportunities are wasted. The mind will sabotage progress, chase temporary pleasure, and resist discomfort. But with discipline, even the smallest steps build momentum. What changes your life is not what happens around you, but what you consistently choose within you. Discipline turns chaos into order, not because the world becomes easier, but because you become more capable. Over time, discipline becomes freedom. It frees you from the grip of excuses, emotional reactivity, and the need for everything to be perfect. You stop needing the world to change because you have changed the one thing that matters most, yourself. And from that foundation, you become someone who can meet any situation with strength, clarity, and unwavering purpose. Life constantly offers situations that pull at your attention, provoke your emotions, and challenge your sense of balance. If you are not aware, you begin to live in reaction, responding to life impulsively shaped by fear, habit, or emotion. But to walk with intention means to live with clarity, to choose your steps rather than stumble through them. It means to move not because something provokes you, but because you have understood your purpose and aligned your actions with it. Living with intention is not about control over everything bits us out. It is about awareness. It is the ability to pause before acting, to reflect before speaking, to breathe before deciding. When you live with intention, you are not driven by the noise outside or the chaos within. You are guided by something deeper, your values, your inner compass, your sense of what is right, regardless of what is easy. Reaction is automatic. It bypasses wisdom. It is based on survival, fear, and ego. Intention is conscious. It requires presence, patience, and strength. And while reaction feels fast and gratifying, it often leaves behind confusion or regret. Intention may be slower, but it leads to clarity, alignment, and peace. To walk with intention is to walk awake. It is to move through life not just surviving the day, but shaping it. Each decision becomes an opportunity to affirm who you are becoming. Even in discomfort or uncertainty, you choose your posture. You choose how you show up. That is power. This way of living demands awareness and discipline, but it gives you your life. No longer pulled in every direction, you move with direction, you speak with purpose, you act with meaning, and in doing so, you become the author of your path, not just a character in someone else's story. When you pursue something in life, it's natural to focus on the result, the achievement, the reward, the recognition. But the deeper purpose of any path is not found in the outcome. It is found in who you become along the way. The true goal is not the external success, but the internal transformation. Evolution is the purpose. Every challenge, every delay, every unexpected turn is a part of that process. If you fixate only on the end result, you become attached. You measure your worth by progress alone. You judge each step as success or failure, right or wrong. This attachment narrows your perspective and robs you of presence. But when you shift your focus from outcome to evolution, everything becomes meaningful. Even setbacks become teachers. Even pain becomes a tool for growth. You stop asking, did I win? And begin asking, what am I learning? Who am I becoming? Evolution requires humility. It means accepting that you don't know everything and that life is constantly shaping you in ways that don't always make sense at first. It means showing up with consistency even when the reward is not immediate. It means trusting that your growth is the real reward. There's nothing wrong with having goals, but when you let go of the need for a specific outcome, you discover a deeper form of power. You become fluid, adaptable, and open. You begin to see how life works for you, not against you. Success then becomes a reflection of your growth, not just a prize at the end. In this way, you become resilient, not because everything is easy, but because your purpose is deeper than the result. The path shapes you, and that is the true value. Evolution is not what follows the outcome. It is the outcome. To embody the outcome you desire means to become a living expression of the result you are seeking, even before it arrives. It is not about waiting for proof or permission. It is about aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with the reality you wish to create. When you carry yourself as if the outcome is already unfolding, you begin to move with clarity, confidence, and calm. You stop chasing, and instead, you begin to attract. Not through wishful thinking, but through congruent living. Desire alone is not enough. Many want peace, but carry chaos within. Many seek success, but live in habits of self-doubt. To embody your desired outcome, you must reflect it in the small choices, the silent moments, the way you treat others, and the way you speak to yourself. If you want strength, move as someone strong. If you want peace, respond with stillness. If you want freedom, stop clinging to what no longer serves you. This is not pretending. This is presence. Transformation does not happen only when something outside changes. It happens the moment you commit to becoming the version of yourself that your vision requires. That version already exists within you. It is awakened through discipline, awareness, and repetition. Each day you either reinforce who you've been or step toward who you wish to become. When you embody the outcome, you stop living in the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Close that gap with action, alignment, and attitude. You walk like it's already unfolding. You speak like you belong where you're headed. You think like the person you are becoming. This way of living reshapes not just your inner world, But everything around you, you do not wait to become, you begin now to be.